For a moment, forget the image of a calm philosopher. Seneca taught Rome how to face death without fear. He wrote about calm, restraint, inner peace. And yet, there was one thing he feared more than dying, a quiet fear that followed him through wealth, through power, and through the halls of the emperor himself. Tonight, we listen to that fear. Seneca was one of the most respected thinkers in Rome, a Stoic philosopher, a playwright, a mentor. He wrote letters on how to remain calm in a chaotic world, how to face loss, how to face exile, how to face death itself. His words still comfort people 2,000 years later. But Seneca's life was not lived in quiet simplicity. He was rich, extremely rich, and dangerously close to power. Seneca became the advisor and tutor to a young emperor named Nero. At first, Seneca believed he could guide him, shape him, keep Rome steady. But power has a gravity of its own. Slowly, Seneca found himself trapped between his ideals and his position. He spoke about virtue while benefiting from wealth. He warned against excess while living comfortably. And every night, that contradiction grew louder. Seneca did not fear death. As a Stoic, he believed death was natural, inevitable. What he feared was something quieter. He feared becoming a philosopher in words, but not in life. He feared waking up one day and realizing that his teachings no longer described him. Not death, but hypocrisy. Not pain, but self-betrayal. In his letters, Seneca often warned about this danger. He reminded himself that philosophy is not decoration, it is practice. He wrote that wisdom means living as you speak, that knowing the right thing means very little if you do not embody it. These were not lessons meant for an audience. They were quiet corrections, written for himself. Now, look at yourself. You may not be a philosopher, you may not advise emperors, but the test is the same. Today, Seneca's fear wears a different shape. It looks like comfort. It looks like approval. It looks like knowing the right words, but choosing the easier path. How many times have you spoken about values while quietly compromising them? How many times have you known what was right and delayed acting on it? Seneca reminds us that philosophy does not fail loudly. It fades when it is not lived. And the danger is not being imperfect. The danger is becoming comfortable with the distance between who you are and who you claim to be. When Nero finally turned against him, Seneca was given an order. He was told to die. He did not panic. He did not argue. He accepted it calmly. Not because he wanted death, but because this was the moment his life and his philosophy were tested together. In his final hours, Seneca did not speak differently. He did not retreat from his words. He lived exactly as he had taught. And in that moment, he proved something to himself, that he had not abandoned the person he intended to be. Seneca leaves us with a quiet question, not about death, but about how we live. It is easy to speak wisely. It is harder to live honestly. Tonight, ask yourself gently, am I living what I believe, or only speaking about it? There is no answer you need to give. Just notice, and let the question stay with you.